Surprisingly, given V-Pets, manga, anime, the card game, and much more, somehow a good chunk of Digimon have still never been seen to Digivolve. So on today's video I'm going to be going over literally every single Digimon that has never Digivolved. What is up, digital companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to another video. And yesterday we were talking about every Digimon that has never Digivolved, which is a crazy concept to me considering how many Digimon there are and how many of them have Digivolved. It's the whole point of Digimon, really. We still have Digimon who we have never seen Digivolve. Now, I'm not going to be including unreleased Digimon, like Digimon from fan contests that didn't get their full designs, because those have never actually gotten to be Digimon in the first place. There's going to be a couple that are kind of straddling that line, or I might give a little nod to, but I'm not really technically including them fully. I'm going to need at least a full piece of art or a depiction in something, and I'm also talking official Bandai and Toei media, not fan games. Obviously there are some wonderful fan games out there where they have connected Digimon that maybe haven't Digivolved before. For example, these aren't really on Wikimon, but the various coloured Numemon I talked about in Digimon World 3, as far as I know, have not Digivolved before, and just kind of exist as enemies in Digimon World 3. I've not played through Digimon World 3 since I was a kid though, so if they have Digivolved in that game, don't count them, I guess. There's also outlier variants, which I'm not going to go over every single one of, but for example, the mutants from Digimon Lynx. Though those Digimon were mutated by the power of Volcanic Dramon, so it could be said that they were kind of an evolution in their own right, or indeed had evolutions before they were mutated. But of course, when I do a video that claims to have every of something, inevitably something is going to fall through the gaps. So if there's a Digimon I missed, or because I recorded this like a week in advance and a Digimon has come out since or something, or one has now Digivolved, please let me know in the comments down below, but please Google it first. For example, while you might not think they have, Kalumon and Deuterimon have both Digivolved thanks to things like video games, etc. And we're going to generally count the card game now. Because so many Digimon have gotten outings in the card game, I am counting that as a Digivolution. And a lot of them that haven't Digivolved before even have archetypes that set them up to Digivolve deliberately from certain colors. And one last qualifier, we're obviously counting pre-evolutions and evolution, so no, all the Megas and Ultras are not going to be on this list because they are part of evolution lines or branches. I'm talking Digimon that exist on their own little island and have never had Prevos or Evos. So our first group of Digimon that have never Digivolved are our Oddities. And the top of that Oddity list is Bun or Damemon from Come On Digimon. This is like a weird little proto-Koromon, and its whole gimmick is that it doesn't Digivolve while other Digimon do Digivolve. It's a cute little guy, but I think its whole point is not to Digivolve, although I think it'd be fun to see some alternate take one day where it does, just to see what the Bun evolution line might be. I feel like it might be comprised of Digimon that resemble Tenya Yabano art specifically, like the Tenya Yabano Agumon. A similarly weird little guy is Copymon. Its whole purpose is to copy Digimon on Digimon V-Pets, kind of acting like the ditto of Digimon. But given that it does copy Digimon, isn't that kind of a mode change? I mean, mode change is kind of a form of Digivolution, or actually you could say it's like slide evolution. Copymon itself technically has never been used as an actual Digimon to Digivolve, but yeah. They're not Digimon that almost certainly will Digivolve or have Digimon Digivolve into them. They just haven't as of time of recording, and that is Machinamon from Digimon Liberator, and Leia/Wrath Greymon and Xenogarurumon from the Monster Hunter V-Pet collab. I guess you could also include the Godzilla Greymon that we don't know the name of, the War Greymon Godzilla variant from the Godzilla V-Pet. Those are all likely going to get some form of evolution very soon, but as of time of recording, as I say, they haven't. Then we've got the Digimon from the Digimon Adventure 20th Anniversary Memorial Story Project. These were fans who backed at a very high tier a crowdfunding campaign for Digimon, and their prize in return was official Kenji Watanabe art of their created Digimon and a plush. We've got the Ice Dragon Equistramon, the Cancer Dr. Cat Ganvivamon, the cool little Agumon-like Mage Rurimon, the Jackrabbit Piontomon, and the adorable little Prince Dog Madomon. Not only have none of these Digivolved before, they've just not been seen in anything, and I don't know if they ever will be. These were created specifically as kind of like gifts and rewards for crowdfunders, and I would really like to see them more in Digimon in future. I think they're great designs, and I'm sure Bandai owns them in some legal way, but I also think it's really cool that there are 5 people out there who just have Digimon specifically made for them that they get to keep as their own for now, but I'd really like to see them Digivolve one day. Then we're moving over to Digimon Legendary Skies. Prepare for Khan's really bad at Chinese/Mandarin. Here we go. Which Digimon Legendary Skies, some of it did technically release, so I am going to include these, but I'm just going to rifle through the names real quick because none of these, as far as I'm aware, Digivolved in Legendary Skies, and of course have never Digivolved in other media because they're not really official Digimon, or at least they certainly are never going to get get Digimon reference book listings as far as we're aware, and have never been seen since Legendary Skies. So that is Dashui Rensho, Fushisho, Hesho Wusho, Jinsei Hosho, Kuileisho, Shojisho, Zuihuansho, Lujin Gaosho, Nutu Fusho, Shinue Husho, and Zihuo Hosho. I have definitely butchered that. I am sorry to my Chinese speaking viewers. Another little oddity is Ohakadamon. This is the technically Digimon that happens across various V-Pets when a Digimon dies. They die and transform into this little grave. Ohakadamon might be a little bit of a joke, but then if it is a Digimon, and it's what happens when a Digimon dies, isn't it technically Death Digivolution? I don't know, let me know if you'd count this or not. And finally for our oddities is Hubmon. This is Kazumasa Habu's mascot Digimon that isn't official, but it has full art and was used in Digimon media by someone that worked on Digimon games, so I think it counts. It's a fun little pun because Habu, like Kazumasu Habu, means snake, but also the way you say Habu kind of sounds like the Japanese pronunciation of the word hub, like a USB hub. So it's a USB hub snake. But yeah, of course, it's never Digivolved. It was just kind of the blog mascot for Habu during development of some Digimon games. There's also Woodimon, which is based on another Digimon team member guy, but that is literally the only art we've ever got of him, so I'm not counting it. Looping back to at the start when I talked about some variants like the mutant Digimon, we do have some variants that have never Digivolved. First of all, and this is like a major technicality because we still don't know, that is the Black Seraphimon from Digimon World 3. It's a boss in that game, and it's hard to say if the current Black Seraphimon is supposed to be a redesign. Kind of like how I talked about Cherrymon looking so different in Digimon World 1. It's very clearly a redesign, but the same Digimon rather than a variant. As far as I know, the jury's still out, but the designs are so different that perhaps this Black Seraphimon is still supposed to be a different Digimon, and we never saw it Digivolve. We'll never truly know until it gets its own Digimon reference book listing, but I would say for now, I'm counting Digimon World 3 Black Seraphimon. Another one that's really fun is Citramon, and this is a technicality as it didn't Digivolve from or into anything in the Digimon Data Squad episode it debuted in. But obviously Citramon was created to mitigate a bomb being in a children's park in a Digimon episode on Disney. You can see why they made the change. But because it is still technically a variant, at least in the English dub, God, I'd love to get a Citramon card one day. It's never Digivolved to this day. That's also true of Gigantic Pumpkinmon. That was a mega level variant of Pumpkinmon that debuted in the Digimon Vital Bracelet raids, but it never Digivolved. And that is actually interesting because we do have another kind of holiday themed Digimon in Cherrymon Christmas Tree that we know has technically Digivolved, because in the Digimon web post about it, it details that it became that form when a regular Cherrymon was decorated like a Christmas tree. Basically, Christmas decorations acted like its granny. Instead of becoming like a Crimson mode, it became a Christmas tree mode. But we have never seen this mega level Pumpkinmon variant ever Digivolve, not even from Pumpkinmon as far as I'm aware. Some other more random variants, we've got King Divermon from Digimon World 3. While that is basically just a Divermon with a hat, I'm going to count it as a variant. We've got Sakateki Monitamon, which is from Digimon Catch Gambare Monitamon. That also is never Digivolved. It's up to you if you want to count these. I personally don't, but Wikimon does. There were these Digimon dot puzzle toys that had a couple of existing dot Digimon and then a bunch of dot Digimon that didn't exist, like dot Gaomon, dot Kamemon, dot Kudamon, and dot Lalamon. Because we've only ever seen those in that toy line, we've technically never seen them Digivolve, but I don't know whether that counts as a variant or not. Wikimon also states that Metal Garurumon Red has never Digivolved from the Cross-Loader Digimon toy. I can't attest to whether this is true because I don't have the Cross-Loader toy. I would have assumed it would be able to Digivolve, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just in the data or something. Let me know if you know more information in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Then we've got some Cross Wars manga Digimon. Hustle Nanimon, which is just Nanimon with a trophy on its head, never Digivolved. Ochi Musiamon, which is a very interesting design from the Bagra army and ends up joining Crossheart, but as far as I know, that's never Digivolved or even Digicrossed. Scud Missimon, which I think could have been way cooler, given that it's a Scud missile, but it just looks like it's got mushrooms growing out of it. Never seen that Digivolve. And the same is funnily enough true of the aircraft carrier Waymon from the Cross Wars manga and the aircraft carrier Cannon Beamon from the Digimon Next manga. Man, manga really like introducing aircraft carrier Digimon that don't Digivolve, huh? Speaking of Digimon manga, we've got a couple here. We have Guidemon and Navimon. Guidemon was a guide Digimon, as it implies, from Digimon Next. It was literally just a guide. We've never seen it Digivolve since. We've actually never seen it in the franchise since, and I think we should. It's a great design, very Alice in Wonderland White Rabbit. And a similar navigation Digimon is Navimon, which only appeared in the booklets for the D-Scanner toy. Again, its status as a Digimon is a little bit up in the air, but if we're counting Habu for this video, we're going to count Navimon too. Then we've got Hermon, Lycamon, and Panimon. These were Digimon that were kind of cut from Digimon V-Tamer. They were supposed to serve a bigger role, but eventually did kind of show up in the background of some panels of V-Tamer. So they are official Digimon. They were designed for Digimon V-Tamer. I think they're really cool. It's likely these designs were eventually reinterpreted for other Digimon in the future, but I would like to see them come back and maybe Digivolve in the card game. Then we got Chokimon, Gumon, and Pamon. They are the rock, paper, scissors Digimon that Kiri have kind of made up in the Cross Wars manga, so it's no wonder they never Digivolve because they're not really Digimon, but they are Digimon. They're made up in the world of Cross Wars, but by accident have kind of become real Digimon. There's also Boomon, but I'm not going to count Boomon. It's from Digimon World 3, but technically humans turn into Boomon, and if Biomerge and Spirit Evolution count as evolution, I would struggle to include Boomon, but up to you. Also, no, none of the fantasy imagined Digimon from 0 2 count. Sorry. I would love Mega Dancer Angemon to Digivolve too, but it doesn't exist. And then we have Chibi Kiwimon, which is a bit of an outsider now. A lot of other accessory Digimon, like Fujitsumon and Amon and Umon, now actually can Digivolve, kind of, thanks to the card game. Because as tokens, they can do something with Sukamon. I'm not up on that deck. But that does leave Chibi Kiwimon as the only one that technically can't Digivolve now, which is kind of funny. Another one that I'm not sure whether to include is Kaminarimon. The Electro Ring in Digimon World 1 was intended to be the item that Digivolves Digimon into Kaminarimon. But as Kaminarimon was never fully added to the game, this kind of remains impossible. It does kind of flirt the line as an unreleased Digimon, but it was also in the Digimon Frontier audio drama. And normally I wouldn't count that because it was like an imagining by JP, but as it was also supposed to be in Digimon World 1 originally, yeah, technically it's never Digivolved. This is also why I'm not including Okunimon on this list, which is the previous female incarnation of Agunimon supposedly, but it's pretty clear through the context of the audio drama that Agunimon's kind of joking about originally being Okunimon, and there's never actually been a Digimon like that. While we're in the tricky realm, Gaiamon? Gaiamon is a potential evolution of Ragnamon, also known as Galactimon in the English translation, but technically we prevent Gaiamon from happening in Digimon World 3. Now some people have said that Quartzmon could also be considered like a potential Gaiamon pre-evolution thing. I am going to say that technically Gaiamon has never Digivolved because it's never actually come to fruition. Ragnamon Galactimon has never fused with the Earth to create it, so I'm putting it on this list, but there's also no images of it, so oh god, I'm a hypocrite. Then we got Panbachimon. Panbachimon was designed by Mari Yaguchi, who is a Japanese singer, actress, television personality, most well known for Morning Musume, and she got to design and voice Panbachimon for Cross Wars. This is a weird one for me. I don't know why Panbachimon hasn't showed up at least in the card game by now. I feel like it'd be a no-brainer. Create some kind of like Panda B archetype with Pandamon and Fanbimon's evolutions. Yeah, never Digivolved. Crazy. And then to round out the video, we got some that I think are really fascinating. Battle Armament Trailmon, Trailmon Angler, Trailmon Buffalo, Trailmon Franken, Trailmon Mole, Trailmon of Darkness, and Trailmon Raccoon Dog have never Digivolved to this day. However, Trailmon Ball, Trailmon Kettle, and finally, after years, Trailmon Worm have. Trailmon Worm specifically thanks to the card game. In fact, to make me even happier, Trailmon Worm can now technically and specifically become Locomon and then Gran Locomon in the TCG. A big win for me. Now they just need to add Reshamon. I also wasn't sure whether to include Venom Myotismon Undead from the Digimon Tri stage play. As well, it never Digivolves in that stage play and we've never seen it since, so it's not had the opportunity to. It's very clearly an undead version of Venom Myotismon or Venom Vamdamon. So yeah, I think it's more charitable to say it's more like a mode change or death Digivolution of Myotismon or Venom Myotismon than it is a Digimon in isolation. But anyway, our final two Digimon, yeah, I saved it for the end, is the Batterymon from the Cross Wars loader toy. I just thought that sprite was so perfect for this thumbnail. But yeah, he has never Digivolved and he looks defeated about it. I mean, he's literally just meant to be a battery icon notification, and it is funny that many years later we would have an Appmon called Batterymon. I didn't include Appmon in this video, but I can do an Appmon short if you want, although I think pretty much every Appmon that actually exists has Digivolved or app-linked. But yes, technically this Batterymon has never Digivolved. And finally, how has this happened? Yo-Yo-Mon has never Digivolved. It was a Digi-Window fan contest design that in 2021 was added to the Digimon reference book. But as far as I'm aware, and maybe this is wrong, correct me if you know, despite it getting brand new art showing up in Digimon web art and everything, it's still never Digivolved. In fact, it's never been in anything besides the Digi-Window. I would have assumed 2021 would have been the perfect time to put it in Digimon Adventure 2020 or Ghost Game. Maybe it got cut for time, and it would fit into so many evolution lines. You can kind of have like the toy theme going and have it Digivolve Digivolve from basically anything. Ikakimon, Beikomon. I do feel like this one fell through the gaps a little bit, and I'm hoping it gets a card in the card game soon, but for right now, Yo-Yo-Mon has never Digivolved. And that is it. Every Digimon that, as far as I know, has never Digivolved. But listen, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, so if there's some obscure thing where a Digimon has Digivolved, or is a Digimon that I have missed, please do double check first though, because I was surprised by how many Digimon either have cards or have Digivolved, like the Tyrimon and Kalumon. Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, I am just a springboard for your comments. Thank you to my sovereigns, ZDK14 and Ramma Greyfire, and all my other people over on the place where you can pay me money if you want to see videos early and get a bunch of other rewards. And thank you to my YouTube channel members here on YouTube too. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.